Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to a power morning, you guys. Like I was just talking on my Instagram, it's been a wild morning. I'm glad that you guys are showing up here. I just had a crazy start to my day today. So I almost thought I was gonna be running late myself this morning. Because if you're just popping on, like Jessie Lee had told us that you guys so I'm just gonna give a quick little tiny bit of a training here. But she said, we need to start being more cringe on social media, not meaning, how teenagers say cringe, gross, but how we need to stand for something or we stand for nothing, right? So if there's a topic that you're passionate about, stand up for that. And she kind of also used the example of a crunchy mom. And then did you know the opposite of a crunchy mom is a silky mom? Did not know that. And then if you're like me, you're a little bit of both. And so I am a scrunchy mom who's right in the middle, but I actually lean more towards a crunchy mom, which I was shocked. I didn't think I was a crunchy mom. Turns out I kind of am. But if you guys don't know what that is, you can message me later and I'll tell you about it. I don't want to waste your time explaining it all. But the point is it'll kind of trigger some people, right? It'll kind of get them being well, what's the problem with you know, parenting your kids and unlimited screen time and people will they'll share their opinions, right? So I decided to dive headfirst into the whole Target topic. There again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and do your own research. And yeah, that really triggers a lot of people. And so yeah, so I dove headfirst into a really extreme topic that I am passionate about, but it really upsets people. And so I turned on my social media today, and my daughter's biological mom, you guys, this is just really funny. So I'm just going to start you guys off with a little funny story. She's deleted me on Facebook. We've always had a fine relationship. That's not the issue, but it was entertaining to me that she deleted me on Facebook, but she chooses to follow me on Instagram, which I did not know until today. And she decided to give her 2 cents on my reel that I did. So, but the point is that is not how you want to start your day, because you can start your day a little fired up because, well, it just gets your gears turning right away. And then in that specific topic, it triggered me because she put on Ivory's birth certificate that she was a witch. So yeah, anyways, I digress. There is a little more information for you guys to learn about me that you maybe never knew. So, so anyways, you guys don't check your social media right away in the morning. That is my pro tip for the morning, because I mean, I'm fine, but I'll say that my heart was pumping, and then I hadn't even taken my capsules yet because I opened the app to take a picture of my capsules, and then I went down a rabbit hole that, got me crazy. Triton forgot to set his alarm or slept through it, so he's missing his morning workout. I guess Rock was taking him to get Glazer donuts for his class, so that didn't happen. So I am going to be cutting our training this morning just a tiny bit short, you guys, or we're going to just do our follow-ups a little bit shorter, just because mom duty, unfortunately, is going to call this morning over our longer training. But that's okay. We're just going to pivot, and it is a holiday weekend. So I'm just going to give myself grace on that, people might have stuff going on anyways. So first and foremost, you guys, I am going to have you guys do engagements, even though normally on Fridays it is follow-up Friday. But I want to do it different. I want you guys to go to your stories, and I want you to see who is looking at your story. And whoever is looking at your story are usually warm leads. And I think sometimes we forget about this. So I want you guys to go to your stories today, and I want you to click on your story and then view story, and you can do this on Facebook or Instagram. And then you're going to see at the bottom, my story views are a little bit low today. They're at 66. Normally for me, they are around 100 to 150. But also sometimes what this tells me is like maybe my stories haven't been very interesting. So maybe I need to like post something that is more eye grabbing and more eye attention, like, a funny meme or something like that. We got to make sure that we're mixing our story up, because like otherwise, if the first thing they see is just like Thrive stuff, sometimes they're not going to click on it. But anyways, that's just a little reminder to make sure that you are putting funny and interesting stuff into your story so that people are actually wanting to click it. But anyways, the point is I'm at 66 viewers. Go and look at the viewers. And obviously, you guys, if they're not Thrivers, if they're Thrivers, promoters, anything of that sort, we're not going to do that. But you want to go and you want to look at who is viewing your story. And if it's somebody that maybe used to thrive with you, you want to make sure that you interact with them, because you want to keep that relationship and door open so that they can like still know that they can come back to you at some point when they're ready to thrive again. And then also people that aren't viewing your story, that aren't thriving, excuse me, those are also warm leads, you guys, because nobody has to look at your story. It's not like a static feed, like they're making a choice to look at your story. So they're either interested in Thrive, or they're interested in you, or ultimately they just really like you that they are looking at it every day. So you want to continue to build a relationship with those people, just so that when they are ready, they're going to be able to swipe up on you or whatever. You guys, I also want to share a story with you guys, and I always share these with you guys, not to boast, just to encourage. You guys, I have been consistently, good morning, sweetheart. By the way, you guys won't be taking the bus today. I'm going to be giving you a ride to school thanks to your brother oversleeping. Okay. So thank him for that. So you guys, gosh, I lost my train of thought. Okay. So I have been consistently working my Instagram for about 2 years. So a little bit more, like around 2 years, where I've been consistent, but I've been like dabbling in Instagram maybe for 3 years. But like really after Cash was born is when I really decided like, okay, I got to figure this thing out, because that was a big part of my why. Like I want to stay home with my kids. So I have to figure this out. I need to build a bigger business. And hopefully I can do that through Instagram, where I can reach more people faster. Has it happened fast? No, it hasn't, you guys, but I'm still trying 2 years later. Maybe I'll figure it out once I hack the code over there. I'm definitely going to tell you guys. But the point is, you guys, is staying consistent. So there's this gal. I've done her hair like twice. She is somewhat local here, but I've never known her. Like, I don't know when she started following me or any of that, but she obviously did. I've never known her. I never met her until the day that she had come in for her hair appointment. And so my point in saying this is not like I had a relationship with this woman. I've done her hair, I think, twice. I had never met her prior to doing her hair. And you guys, she swiped up on my story about the deal. I completely had forgotten to share those graphics with you guys about, oh gosh, Tammy, I just seen your post now. Well, hey, I'm glad you got done. Finally, right? A little late, but finally. So I'm actually going to drop these in the thread right now, you guys, and you're going to see, I forgot to do it yesterday. I apologize. But there's still time today. Like the 25 bomb sale still runs today. So get these up in your story immediately, because one of the girls on my Instagram, she swiped up on this and she said, I want the sculpt and I want the balance. We've never spoken Thrive. She doesn't ever post on Instagram. So I'm not ever able to communicate with her on Instagram, because she never posts stories and she never like puts anything in her static feed. But she's on there every single day, because I see her watching my stories every day. And I'm always trying to do interactions with people who are watching me. And but she never ever like does anything that I can actually message her. So after like 3 years of literally consistently watching my story every single freaking day, you guys, she ordered 2 nights ago. And not only did she order, So she created the account. Obviously, she got the $25 in credits. And then because she wanted 2 items, I was going to give her another $25 because I didn't expect somebody to actually be like, oh, I want 2 things. So I was just going to give her 25 credits from me and be like, whatever, like, this is awesome. She's interested. Well, she just went ahead and ordered right away. So I never even had a chance to get the other 25 in there. And then she came back to me, you guys, and she's like, you know what? After looking around, I really think that I'm actually going to order the 3 steps too. I'll just pay for shipping twice. So can you help me with what that is? What do you think I should do? Elite or whatever? And I really like the strawberry, the chocolate covered strawberry. Here's the deal, you guys, is like the point of this is like, she's never said anything, but she clearly was watching so much. She knew everything. So that's why it's so important to continue to educate our people on there. And also that's why we're going to do interactions from stories today, because these are the people that are seriously watching us so closely. So I want you guys to just look at your story views, see who's watching your story views, and then I want you to go to those pages specifically and see if you can interact with them, or if there's anything that you can do to build that relationship there, because these people are really watching us for a reason. And I think this is sometimes a place that I forget to do interactions from, is from my story views. So I'm going to have you guys do that for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'm going to run through our follow-up and give you guys some tips on follow-ups today. But then I'm going to have you guys do that on your own time, since my family's crazy today and things got wild this morning. So I will have you guys do that. And then I'll just kind of run through a really quick little bit of a training. And then I will let you guys go for the day. And obviously too, if you guys have any questions, let me know. You know, the bomb thing is still going through today, you guys. So, you know, Jess did an awesome post yesterday about Sculpt. So you guys remember, like, the day is not over yet. So for your Friday post, what I want you guys to think about doing is if you have a transformation, and if it's from specifically Elite, or if it's specifically just from Classic, and you can show like a 2 or 3 month transformation, like, here is where I was, you know, in January or February or March or whatever, and here is where I'm at today. I want you guys to show that today. And maybe because it's bomb today, you should skip or you can do both, either one, but either skip Flex Friday, because you're obviously showing something about Thrive, and more than likely your patch is going to be showing anyways. Or you can do both, but just don't do them back to back, because I always suggest, like, you don't want to look just like a Thrive advertisement. So if you're going to do a Thrive post, then do a non-Thrive post, and then a different post, you guys, because again, we don't want people to just feel like we're spamming them. But anyway, I want you guys to think about what you can do. So Jess, she calls Sculpt waist snatchers. I love that. Like, so she's created like her own little lingo behind this product. The point of that, you guys, is that, okay, I lied. I'm going right into the training right now. So you guys can listen while you work, or you can do something later, whatever. My Thrive is kicking in and I'm ready. So you guys, she calls them, she calls them waist snatchers. You guys, the point of why this is so important is because Jess literally, like, she has created her own brand behind that, right? Like, so people that watch her story, they know that's what she calls them. So that is her brand. And so you guys, if there's something cute and catchy that you think, or like we a lot of times call, good morning, son. You guys are going to have to wave the bus away. I'll be giving you guys a ride today. Okay. So like the Balance and the Biotic, we a lot of times call them gut duo. Like, so you guys, like, just remember, if there's things that you talk about in your story like that, then people know that's what it is. So anyways, that's branding yourself. We want people to buy who you are and what you are and what, like, you like represent or stand for or whatever. So like Jess, she always calls Sculpt like her waist snatcher. So she did a post yesterday about her thigh gap. You guys, that's a pain point, because how many women want a thigh gap and like their legs rubbed together and they don't like it. And it's showing that her inches are diminishing in her thigh gap. And so like that is awesome. Like nobody wants a thigh gap, right? Like, so nobody wants them thighs to be rubbing together, especially in the summertime. So she posted about that yesterday, and then she kind of took my post for like the bomb, the $25 off in credits, and she created a promo that was like whatever, I don't even know off the top of my head, maybe $9 or something for Sculpt, but it was like super cheap, you guys. That's eye-catching. But what happens is then when they reach out about that, and I was telling this to Jess yesterday, so on my balance post, and I called it like tummy blasters, because you guys, like, again, like we use our lingo and we use our like thoughts on this or whatever, but actually like it's really the fact that like people, like when we say balance, like, oh, you need this balance, they're like, well, what the heck is balance? Like, I don't know what balance is. Like, that means nothing. But when you say tummy blaster or waist snatcher or flat tummy pills, because that's the other thing I usually call balance, is just flat tummy pills, like, guess what? Like, people, that's like, oh yeah, I need that, because that's a pain point, you guys. So we have to also remember that we can be cute and creative with our posts so that it grabs people's attention. So again, this goes back to like what Jessie Lee was saying on our training this week. That obviously you guys know, like, I mean, I do idolize this woman because she is super successful, and success leaves clues, right? So I take to what she speaks of to heart, because before I even joined her accelerator, I was binging her podcast for a year. And that's when, you guys, I started to transition into doing my business different. That's when I stopped doing cold messaging, started implementing everything she was teaching and training just from her podcast, from following her Instagram, studying her story. Like, okay, if this woman is like selling like crazy, I need to do what she's doing. And you guys, like, she is just like always so creative, and she like talks about like people aren't going to want to follow you or buy from you if you're not fun and interesting. So when she talks about like being cringe, she also talks about that is like, she's like, some of you might think of that as like the teenage word and like that it's gross. That's not what I mean, but like being authentic and real. And there again, like Jess, she calls Sculpt waist snatchers. So like that's being authentic and real. And then you guys, she like did, it wasn't intentional, but she loved it and she still posted it up. And I love that she did that. She was having Hayes take a picture of her. And so she was going to have her take a picture, and it actually ended up being a video or whatever, but it was like perfect because it wasn't this perfect curated post. It was real and it was raw. And I think there again, you guys, we try too hard to be perfect and we're not showing our personality. So like the other night, I dumped my form all over my shirt. I was taking my form and it spilled all over my shirt. In the past, I probably would have just like deleted that video and moved on, right? I posted it because Jessie Lee is like, people want to see the real you. Like, your story is the behind the scenes. And so we need to be able to show people that, because that is what is going to keep them interested. So you guys just remember to like be really real when you're doing this. So now today we still have time for the bomb promo. So going back to what I started to talk about, like if you have a transformation of some sort using one of our products, whether it's skincare, whether it's collagen, whether it's our actual 3 steps. Here's the thing, there are so many of you guys that have bought so many 400 packs and you have $20 off codes. So what if you guys do an actual transformation post and say, summer or June is almost here. Do you need to shred those inches or something along the lines of that? And then you can say, today only, I am offering, or today only, don't wait to grab it. like, again, like, I think sometimes we like, and myself included, like, even as I just started to say that, we sound like a salesman, right? So like, we need to be like, today only, I'm offering blah 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 blah. Like, we need to just be more fun about it and be like, today only, grab your pack for whatever amount off. Like, let's melt those inches, or like, just say something fun and exciting, and it can be a little bit cringe, like, you know, get rid of that nasty thigh gap, like, let's go, or something like that, like, whatever, you guys, like, don't be afraid to step out and be a little bit more bold. Because again, you guys, if we all look and sound the exact same, then guess what? People aren't going to pick you over somebody else. They're going to pick the person that has the most personality and the person that they relate to. Because if you don't have fun and relatability and personality in your posts and in your stories, you don't sound that exciting, and they're going to go to the person that does. People want excitement, they want, entertainment. You guys, don't be afraid to let your personality in on your posts, because we oftentimes overthink this so much that we're trying to curate these perfect posts, we're trying to curate these perfect graphics, these perfect promos. And while it's all fun and great, you guys, and it makes us look professional, and there's a time and place for that too, but I really, really want to encourage you guys to show up as yourself fully, because I still think, even me included, you guys, we're not fully showing up as ourselves online. We are still holding ourselves back just a little bit, and we're not showing our full personalities, and we're too afraid of what people are going to think, or we're like just trying to be these like perfect salespeople and trying to like get people to come and join us, but we're not actually like showing up authentically like ourselves. I have to take a drink, you guys. So I'm not trying to be on a tangent about that, you guys, but seriously, it is so important that because here's the thing, like I said, like, I normally would have deleted the post that I did with me dumping the form all over my shirt. Well, then I took it a step further, and I'm like, okay, Jessie Lee says to be cringe, and then I like took my shirt on the next one on a boomerang, and I like sucked the extra form off of my shirt, and I recorded that, because that is what I would do. I wouldn't just let all that go to waste and take a napkin and wipe it off. I'm gonna like not waste it, right? And you guys, I showed that in my story, but that shows personality, and that shows the real me, and that shows, and that's what she means about like, being cringe, right? And so I showed that, and you guys, I can't believe how many people like laughed in my story. Like, they were laughing with me, and they were ha-haing on the story. And the point of that is that you want people to take like interactions on your stories and on your posts, because of the fact that then that also shows Facebook like, oh my gosh, people really liked this thing, and so they're going to show my other stuff to more people, and it's just going to help create visibility. So you guys just really want to make sure that you are truly being yourself, and it helps people to trust you, because they're like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe, and it makes them want to watch more. Okay, again, you guys, like, Ivory's biological mom, she deleted me on Facebook, but she still chooses to follow me on Insta. So clearly she wants to see what I'm doing. Like, she can't stop watching. So there's a reason why people want to continue to watch you, because you're entertaining or whatever. So again, that just goes with like memorable branding. Like Jess, she talks about a waist snatcher. Well, you know what, you guys, like, that's a very memorable like catchphrase. So people are going to remember Jess, and they're gonna remember that product. Like, they might not remember Sculpt, but they're gonna remember waist snatcher. So you guys, don't be afraid to like be creative with your branding and the way that you speak to your audience, because that is what's branding you and that's what's making you memorable. People usually don't message me and be like, oh yeah, I want that sculpt stuff, you know, like, but if you like do something that they can really relate with or remember, that's going to be even better for you and for your audience. um and then also you guys, like, okay, so I did this reel again. I like, my husband told me this morning, if you missed the beginning of this, you know, and again, you guys, I love you all. And whatever people's beliefs are their beliefs politically and not, but like, I am going to stand for what I believe in. And so this whole Target thing, and again, if you guys don't know what it is, I'm not going to get into it here because again, I'm not trying to offend anybody or whatever. But for me personally, it doesn't stand in line with my beliefs as a Christian. And so I decided to, as Jessie Lee says, get cringe and like really stand for what you believe in. Because you guys, like, when we're just vanilla, like, you're just vanilla, you're just like everybody else, and you're not standing out. And then when you're not standing out, and this, I decided to go into this, which actually is somewhat in line with religion, political, like all the things. It's the things that I normally do not get involved with at all, because it creates too much controversy for me. And it also then creates a lot of anxiety in me. So Jess, she is my witness. I posted about COVID and she battled, you know, one of my internet fans on my status for a very long time. And they got into a big thing on my status. But again, right, that triggers people because when they don't believe what we believe, they want to share their opinions and all of this stuff. And so for me, you guys, that creates a lot of anxiety in me. And I don't know why I make these posts, because then I got to battle these people online. And then I'm like, why did I post about that? But it's because it's what I believe. But anyway, so I said to my husband, I don't know, you know, this is why I shouldn't do these posts, because like, you know, it creates so much anxiety in me. So you guys, like, I don't recommend like doing something if you don't like to battle the keyboard warriors online, like then don't do a topic you know, that is controversial, like COVID or Target. But what I will say to that, you guys, is like, I mean, lots of people are liking it, lots of people are commenting on it, and that's the point. Like Jessie Lee is like, you want to talk about something that's cringe, or that's something that really triggers people, or something that people can interact with, because that is going to increase your chances of going viral and increase your reach. When we do just very vanilla posts or very vanilla, and I'm not saying every single post needs to be about this, guys, and I'm also not telling you to be controversial on social media. So please hear me out. It has to be something that you are passionate about, or that you can talk about very easily, but also that brings people into your community. So anyways, with that being said, that brings me to the next part, where my husband said to me this morning, he goes, well, Heather, you kind of just dove in head first. Like, I don't know, you could have maybe just started with talking about shopping. And I go, shopping? Like, he's like, you know, like the assholes that don't put their carts away. He's like, you could have started there. Like, you dove straight into the huge rabbit hole. Like, I mean, even for me, Heather, like, I mean, I have been tweeting about all of this stuff, but Rock he's very knowledgeable, and he has all of his receipts. Like, he will battle you to the end of time, because he has everything like sourced, and it's in this head. And I mean, he will win because he keeps all receipts. And I, on the other hand, I get nervous and my heart starts pounding, and like I overthink like what I'm gonna say, what are they gonna say back? And Rock, like, he'll just pop off. But he is very, very passionate about politics and, like, you know, big topics. And so for him, he's always doing that, like on Twitter and stuff like that. But like for me, that's not normally my brand. And so I posted about something that was very passionate to me. And you guys, what? Great. Okay, well, just hang on a minute. Of course, Cash would be awake when I need to, be doing a training, and one kid woke up late and I got to take him to school now. And, I guess Cash's birthday is today and he just wanted to get his day started early. But anyways, you guys, so like the point of this is to like show up authentically yourself and remember to share things that you are passionate about. I'm not saying to just share about like I said, like very controversial subjects like politics and whatever else that might be trending in the world, and like big topics in the news that like are really firing people up, whether you're conservative or progressive or whatever the situation is. But I'm just saying, like, we need to remember to like post about things that bring engagement, like not putting the shopping cart away. If that's something like you hate and that like irritates the crap out of you or whatever, stuff like that, like things that are going to get people talking on your social media. Because again, you guys, we really want to be able to bring engagement. And then that goes back to when we are talking about inspirational things, when we're talking about whatever things that are maybe, I don't want to say they're vanilla and they don't matter, but they might not create as much engagement, to make sure that then you're trying to increase your engagement by asking people for that call to action and stuff like that. Because these are the things, you guys, that are going, if you are, believe one thing and you share about it and somebody loves what you have to say, and they're in line with what you think and believe, they're going to be more likely to follow you as well. So again, that's where, because we are talking about Instagram this month, that is where you are going to gain more followers on Insta, especially because as I have been starting to post a little bit more quote unquote cringe things and like just truly being myself and trying to follow these different content maps and things that we have been trying to do on Instagram, I am noticing that I'm starting to get some more followers. It's also came with a little bit of anxiety, and I told Breck, I think I'm going to tame it down on my cringe and I'm going to find something else to post about that will get more engagement, because I can't be having anxiety every day about these comments that people are posting up. But it really did show me though how the difference in how, when I posted about something that people want to give an opinion about, that it really does increase so much engagement. So it brings out the keyboard warriors, you guys. So just be note that, if you do post about something controversial, that it will bring out the keyboard warriors. But you can also post something that, if this isn't your jam at all, post something that's super funny, because that's another thing that is going to bring out more engagement and people to come to your pages. So like, again, like if you're doing something super silly or like that's on brand for you or like whatever, like again, show your personality, show your funny side, because that is also going to bring out more engagement. So for example, I'm going to share another example with you guys that I did that was a little off things for me, but like, do you guys remember the reel that I posted about with Castle? And it was about the Easter Bunny. And I don't even know why I was recording. And I just, for some reason, was recording. And then Rock said something about like the Easter Bunny, like humping like rabbits, or I don't know. It was something like really like, inappropriate, but like adult mom and dad humor. And I literally posted that up, you guys, in a reel. And it was like, I mean, because it was kind of inappropriate, like, mom and dad humor. And I kind of shied away from it because of the fact that my in-laws follow me on social media, right? And so I like post up this video of me and Rock talking like humping like rabbits or something like that. I don't know, because of all the kids we have. It was something that, in relation from that. Oh yeah, Jess remembers. Here it is. Rock said you guys reproduce like bunnies. that's what it was. See, Jess, she also keeps all receipts. So just beware, like this girl, she's got like a brain like none other. But thank you for that, Jess. But you guys, it was so funny, right? Like, and so I was like, oh, this is a little like out of like my comfort zone of what I would normally post, you guys, but I posted it up, and that reel also got a ton of engagement and a ton of like likes, and like on Facebook I got a ton of followers from that because it's funny and people want to be entertained. So when I talk about being quote unquote cringe and authentic, it doesn't have to be something that's just controversial. It can be something like that is just like really super funny, and like again, you guys, like making your audience be entertained, right? So it generates conversation, and there's authenticity in the imperfections, you guys. So I want you to remember that. I always preach to you guys about how I want our team to be real. I want our team to be authentic. Like I want you guys to show up like your imperfect selves, because we're all imperfect, but you are going to attract more people to you when you're real and raw and funny and stand up for what you believe in, and you show up with your hair a mess, and you show the realness. If you're a stay-at-home mom, when you show the piles of laundry. Okay, so that's another example, you guys. So I normally used to never do this, you guys, because I was always trying to strive to be like this perfect mom, because truthfully, that is who I kind of want to be. But I just like, I try and I'm not a Pinterest mom at the end of the day. I'm just not. I am not this perfect mom with the perfect organization and the toys labeled and the blah, 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 blah. But how many moms feel like crap when they see that on Instagram from other moms? Like, so I showed a video, and I just thought about this because for whatever reason, it's popping off on Instagram again. And it was, I did a video, and I like walked into my living room, and I don't know if you guys remember the reel, and there was laundry everywhere. Like there was overflowing baskets. It was a big, huge mess. And I just did a voiceover. And so if you guys don't know how to do that, you can record any video. And I initially said something else because I shared it in my story first. And so I had used different words, but I saved the video. I posted it up in the reel, and then you can do a voiceover on it. And then you just go to like where the music would be, and you click on that button, and it says voiceover. And then it's going to show your video, and then it's going to show the record button on the bottom. And then you just hit that, and then you just say whatever you want to say over the top of that video. And so then I just did a voiceover, and I said, Mama, I see you, you know, the laundry is overflowing. The kids, you know, need lunches packed, field trip forms, sign, you're running to all the different things, dealing with sick kiddos, fevers, and you feel like you're drowning, but I see you. It's okay. Like the laundry will be there tomorrow. And then then I show the next part of the video, finally with all the laundry folded, and it's still in piles, but like it's now all folded. And I'm like, you got this, Mama, keep on going. But the point is, you guys, is I showed the mess. I showed the disaster. So I'm being more relatable to moms, and I'm also showing them that I'm not showing up perfectly. And that is what Instagram is really wanting to see, you guys. Like Instagram right now is like, they're tired of influencers. They're tired of perfection. They're tired of people acting like you're someone else who you're actually not, because it's lost trust. And people are just like, these people are posing in front of vehicles that aren't even theirs. And I had a picture of me in front of my BMW. And somebody literally had commented on my picture and said, oh yeah, isn't that cute that you pose in front of a car that isn't even yours? Because so many people were used to that. And I just said, go ahead, buddy, and scroll through my feed, and you'll see multiple different posts of me with my car, even when it was smashed. So like, yeah, it is my car, you know, like how would I be able to take a picture of the same BMW smashed if it wasn't mine, you know? But the point is, you guys, is that people are tired of people being fake. And so when we can show our real and raw, authentic selves on Instagram, we are going to attract more people, and people are going to want to follow us because we're real and we're raw. And so that is really something that I want to encourage you guys to focus on, because that's also going to generate more conversations for you. And then also, like I said, like being authentic and being cringe, quote unquote, is also going to increase a community, you guys, that is loyal to you because they trust you, because they see that you're real and that you're just not trying to be this fake person. And especially, like, I just speak to my niche, being a stay-at-home, work-from-home mom, that like it really is going to hi, Kessel. It's really going to just show people that I am myself and that I'm real. And so if I'm then talking about Thrive, they're going to trust me because they've seen me looking like a mess. They've seen me being funny. They've seen me spilling all over my shirt, and they see that I'm not trying to be perfect. And so, you guys, this also speaks to overcoming social barriers and really trying to learn how to test boundaries. Well, clearly I did that with the Target reel, and I'm going to probably scale it back just maybe a tiny, maybe not. I don't know. I have been getting a little bit spicier. But it also just goes to show, like, if I am super passionate about a super topic or a certain topic, you guys, like, it's okay to do our research on it and just really stand for who you are and what you believe in. Again, because that is going to create your brand. It's going to show people who you stand for and who you are and what you believe. And that also is going to build trust in your community, especially on Instagram. Remember, you guys, I'm primarily speaking to Instagram right now because Instagram is a cold market. For the most part, we don't know any of these people. So if we're very vanilla on there, how are they going to know to follow us? How are they going to know that we are their people? And you guys, if the faster we can build trust on Instagram and show up authentically as ourselves, be a little bit cringe, stand for the things that we believe in, that is the faster that people are going to start to follow us. And that's where we're going to create our brand on Instagram. And that's how we're going to create our niche, where like people are going to come to our page and they're going to see exactly who we are. And yes, Jess said 13 of the 18 samples are from Instagram, you guys. Like, you have to be consistent on Instagram and really, really though, like, and Jess shows everything. She treats her Instagram like she'll post on there 5 times a day. She doesn't care. Like, she is just who she is on Instagram. And I need to be more of that because, see, I am stuck in the old ways of Instagram, where I got it in my head, like, you only post on Instagram once a day. Everything's got to be curated and perfect. You want to like kind of like be influential and opportunist. And I have gotten, like, I have this mental block in my head of a certain way that I need to show up on Instagram. Well, you guys, when you start showing up on Instagram, essentially how you show up on your Facebook, but on Instagram, though, I feel like I can be a little bit more myself. And the reason I say that is because, like, I don't have all of my family following me on Instagram, right? So I just kind of feel like I can be a little bit more cringe. I can be a little bit more exactly myself because my mother and father-in-law are not following me there. And my dad isn't, following me there, and like stuff like that. So you guys, allow Instagram to be the place that you show up 100% yourself. And that is how you are going to grow a bigger brand and a bigger business. Like, if like, all of the things that you're passionate about, whatever it is, whether it's social, whether it's, your beliefs, anything, you guys can figure out what that is. Like, start speaking to that stuff. If you guys are funny and you have like weird humor between you and your spouse, or just something weird, like, show that stuff, you guys. That's what people want to see. And then the other thing, though, you guys, if you are going to start showing up and talking about controversial subjects or anything that might create, like, the keyboard warriors to come out, even if it's not controversial, but even if it's something like, I mean, you guys, you'll have the keyboard warriors come on and say you do a reel about the a-hole that doesn't ever put away their cart. There's going to be some person that's a troll, and they're going to come on there and they're just going to be like, oh, well, you're just like a pompous whatever, blah blah blah, because I know, I agree, Dan. Kudos to you and your dedication to driving that heavy machinery and the Zoom. I just got to say it. I absolutely love that, Jess. I agree 100%. Your commitment is like admirable. And so, but the thing is, you guys, is like, it's going to bring out opinions in people, whatever it is. But you guys just remember that, just care about the opinions from the people that you love, not people that you don't know. And so it's like, you don't know them. It doesn't matter. You're trying to build a business. So, and I speak to myself on this. I actually, for the first time this morning, I slapped back to the person that I have ears. So the person that I spoke to this morning, that is involved in our life-ish, I slapped back at her. I was like, listen here, sweetheart. Like, I have a few things to say right back to you. So hopefully you hit the unfollow button, because you've already deleted me on Facebook. But you guys, you have to get to a point to where like, you don't really care what she thinks, because she's not my person anyways. So bye. Again, we're trying to attract the people that we are in line with and that we can relate with and that are our people. We're attracting the people that are like us, that we can have an easy ongoing relationship with, that is effortless. And then I want to encourage you guys to stop avoiding discomfort, because so often, you guys, we don't take the action and move forward in our businesses because of discomfort. Because discomfort might make you uncomfortable, or you feel weird, or like you don't want to have somebody say a comment back. So we stay very, very, vanilla, because we don't want to offend anybody, or we want to be for everybody. Again, you guys, I cannot say this enough. Like, we are not trying to serve everybody on Instagram. We're not. We are trying to find the people that are for us and that are exactly like us. And so sometimes I think we get to the point where we're like, well, but everybody needs Thrive. Yes, you're right. Everybody needs Thrive, but I am not going to be able to speak to the dads and have the same kind of relationship with a dad. No offense, Dan, but like, I talk about my period, and I talk about like mom things and the stressors of being home, and how isolating it can be as a stay-at-home mom, and how stressful it can be trying to keep your house in order. I mean, Jess came to my house yesterday, you guys. I love a clean house. My house was upside down when Jess came yesterday. For me, that was so embarrassing. And I know she doesn't care, because I know how Jess is, but like, she just posted a picture about her perfectly clean kitchen the other day. And I'm just like, my kitchen is a freaking mess. There's Cheerios everywhere. She took her shoes off. I'm like, no, really, you can just keep your shoes on. Because I'm like, you're going to leave with crumbs all over your freaking feet, because I vacuum this kitchen about 3 times a day. No lie. But like, you guys, but again, like, so, right, like, we have to, though, not try to be for everybody, because we're trying to attract the people that we relate with the most. And like Jess says, she says, don't beg for followers. You deserve the real ones, not the half-assed ones. Absolutely. You guys, you want the people that are for you, because when you show up 100% yourself, when you are a little cringe, when you are a little funny, when you are sharing your beliefs and you are strong in them. I mean, there was a time on Instagram, you guys, I wouldn't even totally share about my faith, because of the keyboard warriors, because they will come and they'll like say something back to you. But what I've noticed, the more and more that I do it, I don't actually get that anymore. Because guess what? I am only attracting the people that are Christians and believers like me. And so it's very rare now that I get a keyboard warrior on my page. Plus, because I have been so strong in it, that you can see how consistent I am about that and my beliefs, that I don't get as many keyboard warriors when it comes to that. So you have to remember, the longer that you are consistent in what you think and believe, you're just going to continue to attract more of those people that are just like you. And then on top of it, once you have a fan base that is the same believers as you are, guess what? When those keyboard warriors come, your fans who love and adore you and follow you because they love you so much, they are going to battle your keyboard warriors. Prime example is my COVID post. Jess is my fan, right? Like, she loves me. Like, we do business together. I didn't have to battle that lady. She said, oh, you're going to believe a hairdresser? So she offended my occupation, right? Like, she was saying, like, I don't know anything because I'm just a hairdresser. Well, guess what? That comment triggered Jess, and Jess went after her. And she was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to believe a hairdresser before I believe somebody who works at Target. And like, Jess, she threw back at her. You guys, I didn't have to battle this woman because Jess did it for me, because she is a super fan. She loves me. Like, we are the same person. Like, and so that's what's going to happen on your Instagram too. If you build a following that loves you and trusts you and has the same beliefs as you, you don't have to worry about your keyboard warriors, because your fans are going to be there to also help you battle them. So just know that that's the point of building a fan base and a following that is exactly like you are. And then again, just remember, you guys, anything that they do say to you, and this just goes for everything, this is just a good reminder to you guys, is that, and one that I need to remember myself, is that they're not judging you, they're actually judging themselves. So we have to remember that, like, when people say comments and when they're hateful, or like they just like want to be a Karen on social media, it's really because like that's a reflection of themselves. So don't allow any of that stuff. When we are putting ourselves out there on social media, honestly, you guys, even with the Thrive post, because you're going to have, I mean, when I first started posting on Instagram, there was this one specific lady, and I realized it was one of the hashtags I must have used. I think it was Thrive Experience. This lady made it her business to literally go on every single hashtag from Thrive Experience and tell every single person who posted about Thrive that it's a scam, that it's this. I mean, she did that. I ended up blocking this woman because I seen that this is like what she did on any person who ever tagged Thrive Experience. Like, she made it her mission to literally go and hate on every single Thrive post that there was on Instagram. So you guys just need to know that there's going to be people out there about anything. It could be about our vitamins. It could be about our religion. It could be about literally anything. So you can't let that deter you from who you want to be and who you want to show up on as social media. This is not just controversial subjects. This is not just, cringe. This isn't anything. It, like, people are out there that have hatred towards anything. There are people out there that have hatred towards people like me who have 5 kids because they think I overbreed. Like, literally, it's a real thing. They feel truly that we are overpopulating and that no one should have that many kids. So you guys, there is going to be somebody that has an opinion about everything. So, and then, So again, you guys, too, just a recap about like our stories. Just make sure that your stories are just interesting. Make sure you're being real in your stories. Share the behind the scenes stuff. Share what you're eating. I don't know why, you guys, but people love watching that kind of stuff. They want to know what food you're eating. They want to know what it tastes like. If you find a new product that you love, share that. Like, people want to know. Share like flashy gifts. Make your stories exciting. One of the things that Jessie Lee, what I love about her, she just calls it out like it is. She goes, some of y'all, like, your stories are so boring. She's like, no, but no wonder nobody watches your stories. They're boring. Like, you guys don't have any personality in these stories. And I all of your guys' stories, I do not feel that way. Like, you know, like Tammy's, hers are bright and with bright lettering, and her shower shake. Again, you guys, that could be considered as cringe, right? Because like she's being really real about like she's in the shower with her shake, and obviously she's not showing her body, but like she's showing that she's taking a shower with her shake. You guys, that's interesting. That's like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe she posted that up. Like she's taking a shower shake. Like that's very interesting. Dan's are obviously bright, and just there's just a vibe about Dan's like posts on social media and his stories. I think you guys all know what I'm talking about. What's up, guys?
Cashew's like.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you can go grab them for and help me out for a few minutes. You're two. They're so excited. Cash is up and it's his birthday. Happy birthday, baby. How'd you get out of your crib? You're two and now you just decided you're gonna jump out of your crib by yourself? Silly boy. But yeah, so you guys like just like really make sure like you're branding yourself and you're being super fun and funny in your stories, and just using boomerangs and just doing different things that are eye-catching, right? Be yourself. If you spill on yourself, like, okay, here's another prime example. I know a lot of you on here know Kinsey Ray. She talked at Thrive Palooza, and I think a few of you guys follow her. And like she is like on a health journey and just has been for a long time. And she's definitely a very crunchy mom, very natural, all of this stuff. Well, she's drinking, I don't even know exactly what it is, but some juice that she's been making. Have you guys seen this? And she'll take a drink of this red juice and it's all over her teeth. It's running down her face sometimes. And she like keeps it on her story. And I was so shocked. But guess what it does, guys? It makes me want to keep on watching it. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's Mrs. Utah and she's got juice running down her face. And then like Jessie Lee, she is battling stage 4 cancer, and she's juicing and drinking all these different fruit juices and different things to help cure her cancer. And like, it'll turn her teeth like purple, and then she'll be in her story and she'll be like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But you guys, like, I'm shocked she's doing it, but I'm like, but that's so real. So then last night, me and my brother and my sister, my brother hates it actually, but like me and my sister, we always call it the dumb smile. And Castle, you want to come over here and do it with me?
I can barely do it.
You can barely do it. Well, we had to get our eyes dilated, and I had to get my eyes checked for melanoma, and I don't have any melanoma or freckles in my eyes. I'm so relieved, you guys, because I would have had to have radiation in my eyeballs, and I can't even imagine how terrible that would have been. But anyway, so we were at the eye doctor. They put all these drops in my eyes to check my eyes for melanoma. Like I couldn't even freaking see. So I had to like try to text Rock. I actually need to look back and see what the text message even looked like, because I couldn't even barely see my keyboard to text him, right? And so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to drive home. You're going to need to come and get me. And so he rode his bike into town to come and get me and Castle from the eye doctor, because I didn't feel comfortable driving. I'm like, I can't even see my phone. I don't think I should be driving home. And so I had them ugly sunglasses on because I forgot my sunglasses at home, the ones that they give you at the eye doctor. And so we left. I couldn't even barely see my phone camera icon to take the picture, but I just know it by habit. So I clicked on it, photo comes up. And so me and Castle in our story, and I'm like, because that's what me and my sister always do. And so like we look like morons, right? With these like plastic sunglasses on, and like we were making the stupidest faces ever. You guys, though, that's what people want to see. They want to be entertained. They want to see your goofy side. They want to see your real side. But normally that's something that I only really do with my family, right? Like my family normally only sees that side of me. But I had, oh yeah, you're 2. Tell him you're 2, Cashy. All week I've been trying to teach him that he's 2, and he does it like this. It's so adorable. But you guys, like the point is that I just really want you guys to show up. The message and the moral of this training is I really want you guys to just start showing up. Oh my gosh, I would love it. Thank you, Tammy. I really, really want you guys to show up as yourselves. I want you to show up cringe, authentic, funny, whatever it is for you guys, that is what's going to build your trust on Instagram. That is what's going to help you to niche down as well to who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. And that is how you're going to continue to build your brand, build your trust, build your following. So don't overthink your reels. If they're messy and goofy and you make a mistake, post them anyways. I really want to encourage you guys to not overthink Instagram and not overthink what we are doing over there and what that looks like. So that is kind of the main points that I have for today's training. Does anybody have any questions about any of it or anything to add even? Hey, listen, I'm in the middle of a training. I'm not going to fight him over his pacifier. Thank you. And you guys can feel free to get out of my room.
Okay. Yeah.
Real life, you guys. So does anybody have anything to say or anything that you guys want to add to this at all? Anybody? No? Okay. So for follow-ups, you guys, so if you guys did do a post, make sure that you're following up with people. I have a bunch of people to follow up because I had people on my balance post that said they were interested, but then and I messaged them and they haven't ordered. So I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to remind them. If anybody that created an account with you this week or, since this promo is dropped, make sure you remind them to, hey, today is the last day. If you have samplers out there, this is a great way to message them and let them know hey, we have this, you got $25 in free credits. You guys, yes, technically those credits expire on the 31st, but let's remind them today so that those orders get in. Again, if you can make a post and you have codes left, you guys, create your own unique post today. Offer $45 off. Don't just say $45 off though. Maybe say, I can get you started on Elite today for $135. That's only X amount of dollars a day. Paint the picture for people and really just throw up some promos, you guys. Push for this last day of this promo because what's it going to hurt? So put that stuff out there. I shared those other graphics for the sale if you want to put those up in your story. And then just following up, another way to follow up today with people is just show some appreciation. Anybody who maybe had an auto ship on the 25th or anything this month that maybe you haven't thanked them for or anything. If there's someone on your social media that is always cheering for you and maybe they're not thriving, send them a message and just say, thank you. I really appreciate your support and your love on my social media. That is just a follow-up. That is a reach out. But again, reach outs don't mean it's just about Thrive. A reach out can just be thank you for supporting me on my social media and just loving on my statuses. It means a lot to me. All of that, you guys, is considered to be a reach out or a follow-up. Obviously, if you have anybody that's showing interest that hasn't ordered yet, anybody that you can try to help for Thrive for free yet by the end of the month, this is also a great time to reach out and follow up with them, especially because of the bomb promo. Just it never hurts to ask that question, do you have anyone interested? Because we could still get them $25 off today, or if you're adding a code to that, $45 off or whatever. Maybe they haven't ordered yet this month and it's an old customer. If they have a spouse that has never created an account, you guys, you could reach out to them and say, hey, I know that, money had been tight for you, but we have this promo today. And I just wanted to let you know, if you wanted to create an account for your husband, I could get you $45 off. Would that help you out? You guys get creative. And, that's a great way for you guys to also be able to help somebody get back into Thrive at a discount by using their spouse's account to take advantage of those free $25 in credits. So you guys, you know your customers best, but if money had been an objection, that's another great way to be able to help them out. So those are just a few ideas, you guys, for your Friday follow-up. I know it's the holiday weekend. I don't want you guys to be attached to your phones all weekend, but I do want to encourage you today, maybe post an interactive post asking people what they're doing for their plans. So there's a couple post ideas. You can do the promo and get that one out right away if you're going to do that one, you guys, because clearly we only have till the end of tonight. So you want to get that post up right away this morning because people are going to see it before they're heading into work. So get that post out there, and then but then maybe later today you can do an interactive post like tell me what you're doing for your weekend plans, sharing a GIF or something, again, just to get that algorithm and stuff going. And then over the weekend, you guys, I highly encourage you, even if you're on vacation or whatever you're doing, please make sure that your open sign is on. Make sure that in the mornings you're doing your interactions, posting up, still sharing in your stories. You don't need to be on your phones all day, but still just make sure that just leave them alone, please. God, you can see what you're doing. He's not liking it. So, just make sure that your guys' open sign is on throughout the weekend. More than likely, Lavelle will put out a promotion on Sunday and Monday. That's typically how it goes. Sunday will be a one-day sale, and then Monday it'll be extended. So be watching for that. And then again, just make sure that your open signs are on. Make sure that you guys are really pushing all of this stuff, especially if you're needing PPA, things like that for bonuses and whatnot. If you're not to your rank yet, you guys don't quit. Like there's still double QB yet today as well. You could do a promoter promotion. You can offer $100 back and throw up 20 bucks, but what's more worth it? Your bonus that you're going to get or sacrificing 20 bucks? Like you have to weigh out what is important to you for your business to get to where you need to be long-term. So if you guys need any help with any of that or need any suggestions, definitely reach out. I'm here and I'm available. With the holiday weekend, do you think there will be another promo? Absolutely. There always is every holiday weekend. It's usually like buy two, get one free. Sometimes they do BOGO. I don't know. They have been switching up the promos. But I feel like because it's bonus season, they will definitely come out with some sort of Memorial Day promotion. Usually Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day, they usually in the past always did like 2 for 1 is usually what it was. But sometimes they've been kind of doing the tag team BOGO more. Oh, and 15% off too. So yeah, I would assume they'll do something. Obviously we never know what that's going to be. Okay, that's enough drive, honey. You're going to be pooping like a goose. Okay, so that is what I have for you guys today. Just make sure that your businesses are on over the holiday. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a safe and fun holiday weekend. Because it's the holiday on Monday, enjoy your families. We are not going to do a power morning on Monday morning because people are enjoying their life and their families. So obviously just stay plugged in and we'll be probably in the team page. Jess is usually the one that's dropping those promos right away, or Tammy if she's still up working when they drop at like 11, 12 o'clock at night. But so we'll be interactive obviously in our posts, and I'm available all weekend. So if you guys need anything, just reach out. But I hope that this was useful for you guys today. I hope you feel encouraged. You guys just be yourselves. Like that's just honestly the biggest thing. Just don't overthink the business. Just show up as yourself, figure out who you are and what your brand is, and just keep on showing up authentically as yourself. So as weird as it sounds, you will grow even faster just by not trying to be a certain way, but just trying to be exactly who you are, and it will definitely grow and prosper. So that's what I have for you guys. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and I will chat with you guys on Tuesday morning. See you guys later.